Alright, welcome back everybody. If you're anything like me, you might have a bunch of extra parts left over from a very fast motorcycle, from whatever POS vehicle you may have or have had. And so like me, this happens to be the A979. I had to buy one because it was a novelty. I had to see what the rave was about. Pretty neat little car on its own, but no performance. I mean, outside of straight line speed, the car has no performance, right? It's just a novelty thing. So I got all these extra parts right here, including this touring car I built off of the metal chassis that I had upgraded from the plastic chassis. So what is the next step? I really want a rally car. I don't have a dedicated rally car, but it seems like the weak points in this are the strut towers, right? So to take jumps and stuff, like I've already broke a shock, which happens to actually be the ball socket on the bottom side of the shock right here. Now you can probably order this part somewhere from China and probably get it in a month and a half from now, but I can probably order a set of 4 from Amazon for less than $10, I'm guessing, but I think I'll just order HBX shocks, then I'll have 3 spares. The HBX shocks seem to be a lot better than the wltoys versions. So that being said, I want to create a rally car in this beginning phase with all these extra parts. I got some metal gears. I got just about everything I need. I got a couple of ESCs. I got a spare servo. I got just about everything I need. And I got some plastic on order to make me a custom chassis, and that's the part I want to get to as a rally car. And since these shock towers are the weak link, and they take a lot of stress when a car is slamming down on the ground, because there's not a lot of suspension travel in these jokers to begin with, is I need to firm up the suspension. And in order to do that, I'm going to make the suspension like this at the front. I'm going to make it a solid piece of the chassis. So I made a template. And so if you guys want to make a custom chassis, this is kind of a rough idea. While I'm waiting on my plastic to get here, it won't be here till almost the end of the month. So I decided to go ahead and get started on it in measurements, and I can use, once it's all laid out to scale, this is basically a touring car scale, so I want to use touring car bodies for my rally car since they're pretty common. So I just use these holes. I'm going to use the drivetrain. I'm going to extend the drivetrain just like I did here. It's not hard to do. And so I'll just copy all these holes and figure out where I want everything. And then slide it forward. And then copy everything forward. And then that gives me all this big area here and here. Then the main reason I'm using the 3/4 inch plywood is because I'm going to heat form the sides up and around, so that way it's got a little protection, kind of like what I did here with the aluminum, but it's going to be wider. Right? The downside to this, what I did here, is you're limited in battery size. I had to actually custom make a battery for it, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather just buy ready-made batteries. So the next video, I'll hopefully have the plastic all dressed up and cut out, and like I said, this suspension, although it's not going to have perfect geometry during wheel travel, it's going to be rigid mounted. So basically this right here is going to come up and down with the suspension. It's not going to stay flat and true like this. It's more going to swing at an arc, which I plan on beating on this thing, thrashing on it anyway, so that's not a concern to me. Hope this inspires you guys to get creative, or maybe even use something like this to rebuild your own chassis to a vehicle you may like, or it may have destroyed it. Like I've already almost ruined my brand new truck my wife got me because it was kind of a bad design. But so I'm going to build this one super tough and see what happens.